Chapter 41. A brush with imagination.
In the blank panel, Pip faced the fragment as its pages whipped and shadows stretched. Armed with brush and paw print, Pip drew a wall of bouncing rubber ducks.
Your tricks are meaningless. All stories end in silence.
Maybe, but some end with a giggle.
Draw faster, Pip. Imagination is your ink.
The panel filled with flying pies, banana peels, and a chorus line of singing teacups as Pip and the fragment battled for control. Elsewhere, Madame Bristlequill, Mary, Tilda, and Eldroth each found themselves inside unfinished stories. A never-ending tea party, a rainstorm that only fell upward, a marketplace where everything was invisible, and a library where the books could argue back.
I refuse to debate with a cookbook. Where's Pip? At least upside-down rain makes for interesting puddles. I can't even find my own shoes in this market.
Stories seek their endings. We must find our friend and close the page.
Each companion searched for a way to break free, calling Pip's name into the shifting panels. Pip, emboldened by memories of his friends, painted a door, a ladder, and a flock of flying books. The fragment tried to erase each one, but Pip redrew them faster, the panels sparking with potential.
You can't erase what's still being created.
You are only one halfling. You cannot outlast oblivion.
Draw the impossible, Pip. The story's yours.
The blank panel shimmered, hints of color leaking in from the borders. With a howl of paper, the fragment tore open the borders between panels, and the unfinished tales began to bleed into each other. Chaos of rain, markets, arguments, and flying ducks.
The stories are unraveling. Pip, hurry!
Draw us a way out. If this is the end, let's make it a funny one.
The heart of every story is connection. Find us, Pip.
The world spun as Pip focused, brush poised for one last stroke. With a flourish, Pip drew a door right through the fragment's heart. Light exploded from the line, and every panel was pulled toward it, companions, Doodle Fox, and all.
Next chapter, everyone. Ready or not?
Stories never end.
Here we go! Hold on to your story.
The door swung wide, swallowing the chaos, and the companions vanished into the unknown, drawn by hope and the spark of imagination.
Chapter 42. The realm between the lines.
The companions spilled through the radiant door, landing in a world woven of shifting sentences and floating punctuation. Pathways curved impossibly, and the sky shimmered with unfinished phrases.
I think we've landed in the middle of a very messy first draft. If we just think hard enough, do we get a happy ending? Stay together. This place is unstable as a misplaced comma.
If we get stuck here, do we have to rhyme?
The Doodle Fox darted ahead, tail flicking as lines of text unraveled and recoiled in its wake. As they traveled, the companions encountered glowing riddles written in the air, each one warping the path beneath their feet. Eldroth seemed unsettled, flickering more than usual.
The ink here is older than memory. We are treading on the bones of stories never told. Boo-hoo.
What walks on 4 words in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and ends with a question mark at night? My autobiography, probably. Solve the riddle, and perhaps we find a way out.
As Pip pondered, a hidden phrase shimmered. The patron writes, but the book remembers. The ground became slick with shifting ink, and the companions found themselves wading through pools of half-formed words and orphaned letters. Shapes began to move in the depths below.
Keep moving. Never trust a dangling participle.
Are those sentences looking at us?
I just stepped on a gerund. Sorry.
This place is alive with forgotten intent. We must not linger.
The ink parted, revealing a path toward a distant archway glowing with possibility. As the group neared the archway, shadowy figures emerged, tall, blurred, cloaked in swirling ink, their hands tipped with quills. Their faces flickered, eyes glowing faintly.
You do not belong. Stay and be lost, as we are.
Sorry, but we have a plot to get back to. We choose our story. Let us pass.
Stories are not chosen. They are written and forgotten.
The Echo authors advanced, their quill fingers poised, as the archway flickered between here and nowhere. The Doodle Fox darted forward, scribbling a barrier of playful ink between the companions and the Echo authors. The archway wavered, opening just wide enough for a desperate dash.
Run before the plot thickens.
Hold hands, don't let the story separate us again.
Through the gate, now!
There is no escape from the unwritten.
The companions plunged through the archway as the Echo authors lunged, the world behind them dissolving into a storm of ink and forgotten words.
Chapter 43. The Unbound Plot.
The companions burst from the archway into a landscape stitched from every story at once. Castles floating above alien jungles, dragons dueling airships, and heroes clashing with slapstick comedians.
I always wanted to be in a detective novel, but this is a bit much.
Which way is our story? Everything's happening at once. Don't get distracted. Follow the thread that feels like us.
There's a vampire waltzing with a were-chicken over there.
The Doodle Fox darted between genres, tugging at Pip's sleeve to keep the group together. As the companions pressed on, Pip lagged behind, his path blocked by a tall, cloaked figure whose face was lost in shadow. The air shimmered with the promise of an easy ending. You need not struggle, little Warlock. I can write you home, safe, sound, and never lost again.
That's kind, but I think I'd rather finish my own story, if it's all the same.
Every tale ends. Wouldn't you prefer it be a happy one, guaranteed?
Not if I miss the best bits by skipping ahead.
The narrator's quill flicked, and the world around Pip wavered, but the Doodle Fox nipped at Pip's heels, pulling him free. The companions navigated a maze of stories, dodging a noir rainstorm, leaping over a romance picnic, and sidestepping a wizard's duel gone wrong. The thread of their own tale shimmered faintly beneath their feet.
Eyes on the thread. If you lose it, you'll end up in someone else's plot twist.
All stories seek their path. Trust your heart, and the thread will lead you home.
This is better than the time I got stuck in a cookbook.
I see it. This way. Hurry.
The thread flickered as a sudden genre shift washed over them. Storm clouds brewing with melodramatic music and the scent of brine. The companions found themselves on the deck of a pirate ship mid-battle, cannons firing, cutlasses flashing, and a flamboyant captain shouting orders.
Avast! All who trespass in my narrative must pay the toll, in gold or in song.
Yo-ho-ho! Prepare to walk the plot line. I left my sea shanty at home. Anyone know the chorus? When in doubt, juggle cannonballs.
I'm allergic to plank walking.
As the pirates advanced, the companions were back to the edge of the deck, the sea below roiling with words and exclamation points. With a shout, the Doodle Fox scrawled a rope ladder into the air. The companions scrambled up as pirates swiped below, the world threatening to shift again at any moment.
No one escapes Captain Quill's chapter. After them!
Yo-ho-hey! That's not in the script. Climb, everyone. Don't look down at the footnotes.
If we land in a cookbook, I'm picking the dessert section.
The world spun as another genre loomed, mystery, horror, or something stranger, leaving the companions dangling between chapters.
Chapter 44.
The mystery between the pages.
The companions landed with a thud in the foyer of a sprawling Gothic manor. Thunder rattled the stained glass, and a grandfather clock chimed 13.
Oh, I love a good mystery, so long as I'm not the victim. Watch for red herrings and hidden trapdoors, and don't touch the candlesticks. Stay together. In these tales, it's the last page that's always the deadliest.
The curtains are staring at me.
A regal woman in black and a stout detective emerged from the shadows, sizing up the group. Inspector Blott led the companions from room to room, dusty parlors, secret staircases, and a kitchen where the soup stirred itself. Each clue made less sense than the last.
If you spot a missing plot thread, report it at once. No detail is too small.
I find these disruptions most tiresome. Are you certain you're not the culprits?
Sometimes the answer is found between the words, not in them.
I found a clue! Or possibly a cheese sandwich.
The Doodle Fox darted behind a portrait, revealing a hidden switch. A panel slid open with a groan, beckoning them into darkness. The group crept through the secret passage, walls lined with cryptic notes and unfinished drafts. Pip felt a chill as the air thickened with narrative tension.
Did anyone else see that shadow move? The culprit is changing the story as we go. Stay alert.
What if the story wants us to fail?
Stories yearn for resolution. Ours is not yet written. Boom.
A faint voice echoed through the passage, sounding suspiciously like the mysterious narrator, urging them to turn back. The passage opened into the manor's grand library, towering shelves, ladders, and lightning flashing at the windows. The companions, Lady Penumbra, and Inspector Blott assembled as the final puzzle pieces clicked into place.
Well, Inspector, have you deduced the culprit?
The culprit is among us, or perhaps above us.
It's the narrator. They're pulling the strings, not any of us.
The narrator? That's cheating! Then let's write our own ending.
The lights flickered, shadows surged, and the narrator's presence loomed over the room as thunder crashed. The Doodle Fox leapt onto the desk, scattering pages and quills. The narrator's shadow stretched, twisting into shape as lightning illuminated the library. You cannot escape the story. I am the voice between the lines.
We write our own fate, even if we have to scribble in the margins.
If you want our ending, you'll have to earn it.
Companions, pens at the ready.
The chapter closes as the companions face the mysterious narrator, quills drawn, thunder roaring, and the fate of their story hanging in the balance.
Chapter 45. Quills against fate.
Lightning flashed as the companions faced the mysterious narrator, quills drawn, shadows twisted, and the air crackled with potential.
Ready. Remember, every mark we make shapes the story. Let's scribble ourselves a happy ending. Or at least a confusing detour.
You cannot outright fate. I am the hand that guides the ink! Quills flashed, spilling magic and mayhem as the duel began. Every word written took form. Rain of riddles, a stampede of storybook beasts, and illustrations leaping off the shelves. The narrator countered with plot twists, trapdoors, red herrings, and sudden darkened prose.
Duck, that riddle's got teeth.
Imagination is the true ink. Let it flow. B.
I'd like a plot twist with extra sprinkles, please.
Your scribbles are nothing but footnotes!
Keep writing. Don't let the narrator close the book on us.
The library whirled with magic, laughter, and peril as the story bent and buckled. As the duel raged, the Doodle Fox leapt onto the narrator's shadow, scribbling a comical mustache and glasses, momentarily breaking the spell.
That's the spirit. Distract them.
Insolent sketch, I'll erase you all.
Now, write an ending of our own.
Together.
Pages flew as everyone wrote, their words weaving a shield that glowed with hope and hilarity. The narrator, with a howl, shattered the library into a blizzard of loose pages. Each friend was swept up, spinning through their own fragment of story.
Hold on. Don't let go of your quill. Pip, don't get lost.
The story is not yet over.
I'm in a cookbook again. Help!
The pages swirled, each bearing a piece of the companion's story, until everything faded to white. Pip awoke alone in a blank world, the silence broken only by the faint echo of the narrator's laughter. Before him, one glowing word hovered in the air. Continue.
All right then. I suppose I will. Duh.
Let's see what you write next, little Warlock. Pip took a trembling step forward, quill in hand, as the next chapter of his adventure waited to be written.
Chapter 46. The Blank Page Gambit.
Pip stood alone on the blank page, every footstep leaving words in his wake. With trembling hand, he wrote a tree, and it sprouted, leaves flickering with unwritten stories.
Once there was a friendly fox and a path home.
Careful, little author. The page bends to your pen, but not always to your will. Pip's path twisted, whimsy turning sideways. The fox's tail unraveled, the path looped into a maze. Shadows crept at the edges of the page. Elsewhere, each companion awoke in a peculiar world of their own. Madame Bristlequill in a library where books argued, Mary in a carnival of impossible riddles, Tilda in a marketplace of lost objects, Eldroth adrift among shifting stars.
I will not debate a thesaurus about synonyms. Who needs logic when you have juggling octopi? If I find the right trinket, maybe I'll buy my way out.
All stories are stars. Some collide, some fade, some shine anew.
Each companion searched for a thread, a way back to Pip, as their realities bent and twisted with narrative energy. Determined, Pip planted himself at the center of the page and wrote with all his heart, "Let my friends find me." A column of golden script burst upward, rippling across the blankness.
Come on, everyone, follow the light.
You think a single sentence can rewrite fate? Let's see how it fares against mine. The page trembled. Far away, the companions glimpsed Pip's beacon through cracks in their realities, hope flickering in their eyes. The blank world quaked as a serpentine coil of glowing script, letters forming jaws and eyes, rose from the page. It hissed, words twisting into threats and questions.
All beginnings must end. All words return to silence. Not if I keep writing. Stories never really end.
Pip, don't let it erase you. Write your way out, Pip.
Pip's quill shook as the living sentence lunged, jaws wide. Just as the cracks between realities widened, his friends' voices echoing through. As Pip's friends reached through the widening cracks, the living sentence coiled for a final strike. Pip's hand hovered over the page, poised to write one desperate word.
Just one word. Come on, Pip. Make it count.
The end is inevitable.
Pip, write us together.
The story is strongest when shared.
Pip pressed his quill to the page as the living sentence struck, the world exploding in light and words, leaving fate hanging in the balance.
Chapter 47.
Words that bind.
Pip's quill blazed as the word together spiraled across the void, pulling his friends through the cracks in reality. In a flash, the companions landed in a world of floating fragments, half-told stories swirling beneath their feet.
Pip, you found us! Or we found you? I don't care which, just don't let go! The hardest puzzles are solved together.
The Word made flesh, unity as magic.
The Doodle Fox bounded in circles, tail scribbling loops of light. The living sentence, wounded but fierce, twisted the world into a shifting labyrinth of tangled paragraphs, looping clauses, and nonsensical riddles.
Find the way if you can. Syntax is your snare, meaning your maze.
Keep your metaphors straight and your similes simpering. Watch for plot holes, they're deeper than they look. Every puzzle has a pattern. Work together and read between the lines.
The companions faced puzzles of grammar and logic, doors locked with puns, and bridges built of rhyme. As the labyrinth tightened, the companions realized that only by combining their voices could they progress. Each friend added a word, their sentences weaving a path through chaos.
Speak your truth, and the story will follow.
I'll start. Once upon a time, a gnome juggled logic and... A merchant found the right word at the right time. And a librarian wrote the answer in the margin.
And the halfling never gave up, even when the plot thickened.
The living sentence recoiled as their words locked together, forming a shining bridge out of the maze. As they neared the labyrinth's exit, the mysterious narrator appeared, swirling with narrative power, and offered Pip a quill of pure possibility. Take the pen, Pip. Reclaim your story, rewrite the world as you wish, or let me shape your ending.
If I take it, does everything change?
Only what you dare to imagine.
Pip, we trust your hand, but trust your heart more.
Pip's hand hovered over the pen, the world flickering between chaos and possibility. Time froze as Pip's fingers closed around the quill. The living sentence slithered, the narrator's eyes gleamed, and every possible ending shimmered in the air.
Here goes nothing.
Write wisely, Warlock.
We're with you, Pip, no matter the words.
Pip pressed the quill to the page, the story trembling, balanced between creation and chaos as the next sentence waited to be written.
Chapter 48.
The sentence unspools.
Pip's hand trembled as he pressed the magical quill to the page. Reality rippled, and the companions stood on the threshold of a new story. A world half-formed, words swirling and rearranging at every breath.
Once upon a... Oh, bother, what comes next?
Write what you know, Pip. Let your heart guide the ink. And maybe avoid the word catastrophe this time?
As Pip wrote, the narrator's shadow lengthened, subtly twisting each phrase, turning peaceful glade into puzzling glade, and safe haven into sardonic haven. The companions were swept through a flurry of short-lived vignettes. A tea party where teacups argued, a ballroom that spun on puns, and a bridge made of dangling participles. Each scene twisted their intent, forcing them to adapt.
I always wanted to be outwitted by my own teacup.
Embrace the nonsense. Meaning will follow.
Yep.
This is all wordplay. Find the logic in the lunacy.
The living sentence slithered at the edges, trying to trip the companions with convoluted clauses and misplaced modifiers. Pip faltered as the narrator's influence warped his words. But the companions joined him, each adding their voice, trusting one another to finish each sentence, to let the story belong to them all.
Pip, it doesn't have to be perfect, just true. Let's make this sentence together. United, our words are stronger than any plot twist.
Stories shared are stories set free.
All right, everyone, let's write our way home.
Their joined phrase glowed, unraveling the living sentence's coils and opening a shimmering path. A golden door appeared at the end of the path, light spilling out. The living sentence shrank, its words unspooling into gentle breezes.
I see it! Our way out! First one through gets to pick the next chapter's snacks.
Yip, yip, yip!
We did it. Or did we?
As they neared the door, the narrator's shadow stretched, blocking the threshold, quill poised to strike. The narrator towered before them, shadow swirling, quill raised. One last sentence, the voice echoed. Yours or mine? The companions braced themselves as Pip gripped the magical quill, the fate of their story teetering on the next word. Choose, Warlock, who will write the ending?
This story belongs to all of us.
We write together, or not at all.
The golden door flickered, the quills shimmered, and the next sentence hovered, unwritten, between hope and darkness.
Chapter 49. The Quill's Edge.
The golden door shimmered, casting long shadows as Pip and the companions faced the narrator. Every breath crackled with unsaid words. Step aside, little authors. Your tale ends here, by my hand.
Not unless you can outright hope itself.
We're not characters in your story. We're co-authors. And we use too many exclamation points for your taste.
The narrator's quill flashed, inky lines swirling into barriers and traps, daring the companions to cross. The air crackled as sentences turned to spells, each word a blade, each phrase a shield. The companions' creativity met the narrator's cunning in a duel of language and meaning.
If a pun is a trap, let's leap over it with a metaphor.
Paradox is our passage, contradiction, our compass.
Yip, yip!
I'm rewriting the rules. No more foreshadowing, only for-funning.
Chaos breeds oblivion, not triumph. The living sentence's remnants flickered at the edges, echoing the companions' clever twists and turns. The companions joined hands, each adding their own flourish to a sentence that shimmered with possibility. Their unity forced the narrator's shadow to falter, the golden door glowing brighter.
A story isn't just written, it's lived, together. Let's open the door with a word we all believe in.
Home.
That's my favorite ending and beginning.
The word glowed, the traps faded, and the narrator's form flickered, caught between anger and awe. The narrator lunged for Pip's quill, darkness and light colliding as the companions tumbled through the golden doorway. Reality unraveled, and they fell into a boundless white void. No words, no rules, only possibility. If I cannot write your story, none will.
Every end is a beginning.
Where are we?
I think we're between stories.
This is either terrifying or the best blank slate ever.
They drifted, weightless, as the narrator's shadow loomed above, still clutching for the quill. The companions landed softly on a blank page that stretched to infinity. The quill hovered before Pip, and the narrator's voice thundered, "Write if you dare!" The next word would shape everything. Your story if you have the courage to begin anew.
We've come this far. Let's write a world worth living in.
All right, everyone. Let's start with Once Upon a Time.
Yip, yip! The quill touched the page, and a new adventure began to write itself, possibilities unfurling as the chapter closed.
Chapter 50. Once upon a blank.
Pip's quill danced across the infinite page, and with each stroke, forests unfurled, rivers sparkled, and villages blossomed. The companions added their own touches: an improbable bakery, a floating market, a library with endless halls.
I've always wanted a market where every stall is a new adventure. And a bakery that serves breakfast for dinner.
Let imagination flow, but anchor it with care.
Yip. The world shimmered with possibility, though the faint outline of the narrator's shadow flickered at the horizon. As the companions explored, the narrator's shadow lengthened, subtly shifting words and scenes. A bakery's bread turned to riddles, the market stalls rearranged themselves, and the library's halls became looping mazes.
I sense edits in the air. Stay alert. Stories change when you're not looking.
What if we lose what we've written?
What's made together can be remade together.
If the bread asks you a riddle, just eat the answer.
The sky darkened, words rearranging overhead as if preparing for a storm. A tall, angular figure in a crisp suit appeared, red pen gleaming behind one ear, parchment tucked under arm. The editor regarded the companions with unreadable eyes.
Beware unchecked invention. Every story needs a spine, or it collapses under its own weight.
Are you here to help us or edit us?
I am only a margin note in your tale. But heed this: what is written in haste may be unwritten in a storm. I'm not sure if that's comforting or terrifying.
The editor vanished as suddenly as he appeared, leaving only a single red mark on the path ahead. The narrator, seeing the companions' joy, unleashed a tempest of revisions, ink storms swirling, scenes dissolving, words torn from the sky. The world trembled on the verge of erasure.
My bakery's turning into a footnote. Quills up. Don't let the storm erase our work. Pip, what do we do?
I don't know. Do we fight the storm or rewrite it?
The bakery collapsed into crumbs, the market floated away, and the library's books scattered in a cyclone of ink. As the world crumbled, Pip stood at the center, quill shaking in his hand. The companions gathered close, ready to write or fight. The narrator's voice boomed. Will you cling to your own words, or trust your friends to write with you? Alone, your story is fragile. Together, it may endure, or unravel.
The only story worth telling is one written together.
I trust you all. Let's write this world back, together.
Pip thrust the quill into the center of the circle as the storm closed in, and the chapter ended on the cusp of creation and erasure.